wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Well, look who's back in studio with us here for Thursday. The bird is back, baby. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good seeing you. How you feeling?
I feel like $1 million. I feel like $1 million if the $1 million was a bag of nickels.
Okay. All right.
That's a lot of nickels.
It's a lot of nickels, but it's still $1 million.
Okay.
And you got both of your tests back for COVID, right?
Yes, I did. Negative.
Double negative, huh?
Double negative.
It's amazing how you've been able to shake this thing the entire pandemic.
I've eluded it.
Yeah, you have.
Me and Peace Train.
Yeah. Can't get you guys.
Yeah, I thought.
Only there's some kind of like common factor bonding you two to try to figure out the case study as to why it was so effective.
Yeah, I got that blood O, that type O.
Okay. We know what kind of type Denny's is. Green. Does he have green blood now?
I know what commonality you're talking about.
Oh, okay. There might be a few.
I think that's been proven wrong, though. People who
It
smoke
has.
pot.
It's been proven wrong by our circle of friends. So there are other people, which shall remain unnamed, that also have blood O and smoke a lot of pot. And all through the pandemic, this person was like, never gonna get it, not gonna get it, ain't gonna get no COVID. COVID ain't getting me because I smoke pot and I have O blood.
Yeah.
And then last month, his ass got the COVID.
Ooh, okay.
Is it me or do the taunters of COVID, they kind of bring out COVID? I think COVID hears the taunters.
I would be really careful. If you want to challenge COVID, COVID will find you.
COVID is gonna get you.
COVID is gonna get you. COVID is gonna get you.
Okay. All right. Well, Bird is here, still COVID free. And on KVJ TV. So if you want to check us all out, just go to YouTube and look for the KVJ show.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in just a second, I'll let you hear about Sarah Gilbert's first kiss with a woman. It's a big Hollywood name that we all know, and there's a lot of details here. That's coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, Chrissy Teigen quit Twitter and is walking away from her 14 million fans, saying that, it no longer serves me as positive. It's negative. And this is the time that I need to walk away. I haven't figured out how to block out the negative. I'm deeply bruised from it, and I'm just done. So she quit Twitter.
Oh, dang. Oh, man. What are we going to do?
When does she come back? When do you, before or after? Let's go with June.
I don't think she's coming back. She quit drinking, and she hasn't done a reverse on that yet. She's quitting Twitter. I think she's trying to get her life in order.
Twitter's awful, by the way. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of negativity on Twitter. There's negativity everywhere. I get it.
She puts a lot of polarizing stuff out there that fires people up in one way or the other. And they do. They come for her on Twitter.
Well,
but it's because you poked them.
The other thing, too, she puts stuff out. She'll put a comment out on Twitter, and I see other publications doing a whole article about just her twit. Or her tweet.
Her twit.
Her twit.
That sounded dirty. I meant tweet.
Yeah, it did. Okay.
So when you have that going on, you're obviously going to get some hate from people.
Obviously.
You are.
Yes.
The more people that know about you, you're always going to get more hate.
And I think she used to like to drink and tweet. And you're a little bit more ballsy when you got a few in you.
Oh, yeah.
She's not drinking, so she ain't tweeting anymore. She's done with it.
Okay.
It looks like Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield are not going to fight now. We just got all excited yesterday. Mike Tyson made the announcement May 29th in Miami. We were like, yes.
It was so confusing because yesterday, in the afternoon, probably around 2 or 3 p.m., I'm online trying to find more information about this fight, and it's all of a sudden like it hasn't happened. I'm like, Well,
I know we talked about
I can't
it.
be going this crazy. I know that I did a web search on this in the morning and it was all over the place and now I can't find it. And now today I guess I know why.
I guess they're not able to come to agreement on the money. I think Mike might want more than they want to pay. And I think that's the problem. And who knows? May 29th is a long ways away. They could change their mind again 6 times.
They could. I know Tyson was asking, I think he wants around $25 million.
Yes.
And I think he wants, it's maybe not even the money, it might be what percentage of the money. And I think that's kind of it, where he's, look, I'm Mike Tyson. I deserve a major chunk of all the money that comes in. And Holyfield's like, I'm not like a sparring partner. I mean, I kind of have my own credentials.
I'm not a punk.
Yeah, so I think that might be part of what's going on, is that Mike Tyson is like, okay, I'm going to take 95% of the money. And he's like,
Holyfield's like, wait a minute.
He's like, what? Hold
That
on.
math doesn't add up.
Right.
I had both of their video games growing up as a kid. One was clearly better. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Okay.
It was better than Evander Holyfield's.
I didn't know Evander Holyfield had one.
He had one on Genesis.
Okay.
So you do think Mike is worth the money?
I think Mike was a better star athlete, overall celebrity.
I think so too. I think his Q score is higher.
Yeah,
so
it is.
he definitely should get more money. That's just how it's done in the world of business and Hollywood contracts and all that.
And Holyfield may not argue that, but it's what percentage?
Now, if Holyfield says, okay, I want an extra $15 million, I'll let you bite my ear, which I think would be amazing. I think there should be an ear-biting little payoff.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I wanted to go and set up a corn stand out front and be like, hey, bite an ear and
Oh.
see? Yeah.
I want to
make some
sell
money.
I want to sell those gummy ears at the concession stand.
You'd make some money.
Oh, and if you put weed in there, forget about
Yeah,
it.
right.
Gummy weed ears.
Triple your profits.
And finally here, Sarah Gilbert talking some sexy details about her first kiss. Drew Barrymore is the one that gave it to her.
My first girl kiss was with Drew. I have to say, Drew, look, now I'm like going to blush. Drew was the coolest person that I ever met, and that's what happened.
Well, we were supposed to kiss in the movie, but then we started practicing in the trailer, which was kind of fun.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, look at there.
Oh. And that's what's going on in your scandalous dirt.
Check out KVJ TV on YouTube or just log on to KVJShow.com to watch the show now. Powered by Cleveland Clinic, where every life deserves world-class care. Now, back to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about Jbird?
I was going to talk about something else, but Virginia or Crawfish Carl over here decides to just suck on crawfish heads the entire commercial break. Was that grossing you out as much as it was grossing me out?
Well, I got what she's trying to do. She's definitely using it to push your buttons.
It smells like the ocean in here, and she's sucking on these, I think, 5-day-old crawfish heads, and you have a way of sucking the brains out that really, it echoes in my head.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Well, I made a top 5 grossest things Virginia eats that really flips my stomach.
Okay.
Number 1, without a doubt, is crawfish.
Okay.
It's so gross, eating the brains. I saw her eat a hot dog when she was drunk at... I've seen her eat a couple hot dogs. It was not sexy. It was...
Nothing sexy about it, huh?
No. It was very gross.
The worst one was the ballpark of the Palm Beaches.
And it was one of them jumbo dogs, and she really took her time with it.
She went for it, huh?
It is a foot long.
Oh, boy.
It was so
Wow.
It was so gross. I've seen her eat imitation crab meat from a bag.
Yeah.
And it's a big bag, and she just stuffs her face with this imitation crab, and then she'll do these little imitation crab meat burps. Which really adds on to the grossness.
They're kind of dainty lady burps, though.
They are.
Dainty
They're
burps.
not like...
I can't even be in the same room with her.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to sell like you can make a burp cute, and I don't know if you can.
I think I do.
The other one that makes her burp, which made the top 5 list, was when she eats octopus. Oh, does that make Mama active?
I love octopus.
And then, rounding up the top 5 grossest foods Virginia eats, when she eats chicken wings, she really tries to get all that meat off the bone. She turns into an animal.
Oh,
you also hate when I eat hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You have a lot to say.
She has a lot of gross foods.
They're just they're bully foods. They take over everything.
I like pungent stuff.
You do.
Yeah, pretty gnarly stuff.
It matches your attitude.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
All right, I need some advice from the medical community. Now, I'm going to take Magnolia to see her pediatrician today, but she has, for the past 2 days, been complaining about this sharp shooting back pain right where her kidneys are. She was on the boat the other day, and they were tubing behind the boat.
Yeah.
And she was on the tube with another girl, and I guess the way they fell off the tube, the girl fell on her and hit her back. Is it possible to hit your kidneys and then hurt them? Because she feels like it's stabbing pain and it's messing up her pee schedule. She said she'll feel like she has to go pee and then she'll go and there's no pee.
I know all about this. This is one of the main things they talk about when you donate a kidney. The one thing I always need to kind of be careful about is having any kind of trauma hit my kidney, because I only have one of them. You absolutely can bruise a kidney. There's things you can do to your kidney by some type of trauma like that.
And would it feel like stabbing pain?
I kind of like this because I kind of feel like a doctor right now.
Dr. Bird, Dr. Bird.
Dr. Bird, I'm here. Stabbing is a symptom. Yes, it could be. Of many.
What? I think our doctor's drunk.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Why is he weirdly laughing?
I might be drunk, but I got a heart.
All right, so I'm going to probably be taking her today to make sure that it's not anything like a torn kidney or something.
Go get it looked at.
Yeah. Well, it's, you guys are due. It's been at least 2 weeks since you've been into a medical clinic.
You're right.
This is a good way for her to get that car, too.
Yeah.
She's injured.
Oh, that's
Mom,
right.
I want that car.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Audis are great for kidneys.
They are.
They've got a kidney cushion in each seat. I did not find surprise when I read this story. Goes to show you, though, man, if you are one of those people that just really got sick of all the negative COVID coverage, I get it. It's a pandemic. People have died. It's been bad. Look at what it's done to businesses and our lives and everything else. But just every single time. And it seemed like whenever there was anything positive, because I was really looking at it, and you guys kept calling me Positive K, because I was like, okay, well, can we find any silver lining, any light at the end of this tunnel? And every time I would try to find something, there would just be so much negativity and poo-poo. And somebody actually analyzed the COVID coverage and found that 87% of all COVID coverage in national U.S. media last year was negative.
Oh, if it bleeds, it leads, baby.
Well, it does. And, this is really what it came down to. When researchers examined which stories were the most read or the most shared on Facebook, they tended to be the most negative. So we talked yesterday on the After the Show podcast about these big media companies and how much they lean on what they call metrics, which is the numbers. They analyze them nonstop. And when they see this happening and saying, look, negativity is what's going to get us the numbers, higher ad revenue, and this is where we have to go. That's why 87%, there was only 13%. That's a small sliver of anything positive and bright. So you want to know why people are suffering from depression and anxiety and everything else we've been going through the pandemic? 87% of your news coverage went for the negative.
I think positive news can sell. They just don't do it.
It doesn't sell as well as negative news. It just doesn't. They figured it out. They know that if they scare the crap out of us, we'll keep tuning in because we got to make sure we know what's coming. It's self-preservation. It's our instinctual protecting of our own selves that we have to know what could be hurting us bad.
We do tend to pass on bad news faster than good news. And it's not even just about a pandemic. Just think about with life. If something bad happens to somebody that you know and somebody else might know, you're going to run out and tell people faster faster, with more passion, and probably tell more people the bad than the
Because
good.
you're looking to warn the others.
You're right. If your friend gets a new car, you're not telling everybody, hey, my friend just got a new car.
Yeah.
But you are telling
But if they get
everybody.
herpes.
Yeah, oh my gosh, can you believe it? Kevin got herpes?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. You actually shouldn't tell people. If Kevin tells you, don't tell everybody.
Way to overanalyze a joke. No duh.
I'm making a joke too. You butt munch?
Can you guys stop fighting?
Of course you don't
It's
tell
my
so-
thought.
so
I'm
much.
making a joke too.
You never tell anybody about Kevin's herpes.
But here's what they looked at. They found that when COVID cases were rising in the U.S., of course, the news coverage was emphasizing the increase. Oh, COVID cases are on the rise. And I even saw today in Florida, the variants. We lead the nation in variants and this or that. I don't even know because I'm
And will
trying
the
to tune it out.
vaccine stop the variants? That's
The news would try to tell you probably not, Virginia. But,
they say they don't know yet.
well, see, because you know what? It adds that sliver of, we found a negative thread we can weave into this story.
And then you think I better keep checking in with this news
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
to see if they have an update for me on the variant.
Yeah. Well, what was interesting in their study when they got to that number of 87% of COVID coverage was negative, they said, okay, well, what about when cases were falling? What did they say? They went and found the little places where cases were actually rising to focus on Anchorage, Alaska, boom, through the roof in COVID cases, not over yet. So they would find just anywhere they could find the sliver of negativity, they would search for it, and that's where the focus went. Not on the fact that cases were decreasing, it's where can we find where they are increasing.
Well, to the witch's point, yeah, they're going to always lead with the negativity because that is where the money is at. It's all
Yeah.
about money, man.
It is.
And that's what the media do. About anything that gets anybody riled up, they're always looking for a way to get everyone pissed off because that turns into dollars.
And if you're afraid and if you're upset, you want to come back and check back in. And they want you to check back in. Social media, TV, the news, it's all the same. They just want you to come back.
Well, and at least part of it and why this is a problem is that if you're constantly telling a negative story, you're not really giving the most accurate portrayal of the story.
Amen.
And they did a search not only just on U.S. media, but they looked globally, and they found, for instance, in England, they didn't have nearly the same problem that we do, at least not to that average of 87%. And they believe the big reason is because the BBC, their main source of news, is subsidized by the British government. So they give them money. So they're not as worried about getting those added ad dollars. So they're more worried about telling you the truth than they are about having to make sure that we're making money and we don't have to fire people and we can stay alive.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Now, I'm not saying that we need to go with a government-run media because that presents its own problems, but
Oh, yeah, government news?
Yeah.
What sounds weird about that?
but somehow maybe finding the medium, or at least in a way where we can get some hopefully reliable news that tells a more accurate case that doesn't just hit you with the negative, would be awesome.
Denny's brought up a really good point one time. He goes, the news really changed everything when the news started getting rated. When it started getting
Yeah.
rated and there's ratings now, you're getting bonused for staying at number one. That changes how you deliver the news. Now
does.
you're looking for something salacious, something over the top, something negative and scary.
You got to manipulate and
Yes.
find those deep cuts of bad when maybe the bad's really harder to find and it doesn't really affect me that the numbers are going through the roof in Alaska. I'm not there.
Well, that's why I get real suspect is if someone's delivering the news and they start interjecting their own opinion with a news broadcast, I automatically dismiss that. I'm like, that's not the
Well,
news.
at that point's not news.
Yeah.
It's commentary. So there you go. So if you thought that, things have been negative, you were right. 87% negative. Coming up here, we got a really big story. Things are changing here in our office. There's going to be a new vending machine, and they have come to the KVJ show for the suggestions of what goes in it.
Snack consultation?
Yeah,
They
snack
want
consultation.
you
Oh.
to sit on the board of the decision makers to decide what goes in it.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I am tickled pink.
Okay, so what would you suggest? I think we all should be able to suggest a few items ourselves.
Yes, everybody.
So we'll limit you to 3. What top 3 items need to go in our brand new radio station vending machine? We'll discuss next. All right, so we were talking about vending machine snacks. we've got a brand new vending machine going to be coming in here to the radio station. And they have actually asked us what we would like in it. Now, not that we are the end-all, be-all, final word, but they wanted our input as they're asking everybody to say, okay, here's what belongs in it. So I would say the more that you put in for your favorites, the better chance you're going to see them.
So Patty came around yesterday. She kind of handles all the office management details. And she said they were coming to us because we were the most frequent consumers.
Well, that is true.
They tracked-
those numbers don't lie.
They tracked who uses it the most.
Those numbers don't lie.
And our show, with everybody we have, is like at 62% of all the purchases.
Between me and the other two dirty hippies that work on the show with us, Me Suits and Denny's are there a lot.
Okay.
We do. And Virginia, she goes there.
I go.
Virginia showed me a picture of this new vending machine, and it is nice. She's a nice
Cadillac.
One. It's a Cadillac. She's a nice one. It's refrigerated.
Oh, okay.
So a big part of my research and work has been in the sandwich world for this vending machine.
Okay.
Because she did say that to me yesterday. She was like, look, we're even thinking about putting some sandwiches in there, so write that down too.
Well, what are your guys' thoughts on this vending machine philosophy? I feel like 80% of your snacks in there, you keep them the same, but you should always have 20% moving and changing around, trying some new things out. Just 20%.
I have some critiques about how it looks now.
Yeah, I do too.
I think we don't need 3 or 4 different choices on plantain chips.
Thank you.
Okay, 1 plantain chip choice is going to be fine.
But do you like that ratio? 80% are your standards that you know what you're going to get every day. And then there's 20% you're like, oh, this isn't new.
Well, you better think about it really hard because it's going to be one machine with drinks, possibly sandwiches, chips, snacks, desserts like candies. Everything's going to be in this one machine, so don't blow it.
I broke it down into sandwiches. I broke it down into chips. I broke it down into cookies and candy bars, and then I broke it down into drinks. And then I also put honorable mention people like you, Kevin, salads or whatever.
Salad.
Well, let's
you
say you got 5 items, and they said, okay, because if everybody gets input here, what would be the top 5 items that you would say, okay, you get 5 things in a vending machine. What are they? And that includes drinks, snacks. What would be in your 5?
But that also includes sandwiches, though, too.
You could, but that counts as an item.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I may just go 5 sandwiches.
You could.
Well, that's what that vending machine needs. We have not had a sandwich vending machine.
We haven't.
When you have a sandwich vending machine, you let the world know that, hey, we got a little bit of class around here. This isn't your grandma's vending machine.
The most they've ever done is maybe put like that tuna in a bag.
Oh, my tuna,
Yeah.
tuna in
And
a
then
bag.
they give you like those little crackers where you can make your own kind of faux sandwich.
That actually
tuna
says
and-
to the world, we're not doing it right. We're going to judge you.
I don't like shelf-stable fish.
So if you went with 5 items that gets to go in our radio station vending machine, my 5 would be almonds, beef jerky, dried fruit. I'd pick some kind of bar, and I'd prefer probably a Cliff or a Luna bar, but, Fiber One or Nutri-Grain, one of those might work. And then I would go sugar-free Red Bull.
I want to kick you off this snack board so bad.
I hope Patty's not listening.
Oh, my gosh.
Those are my 5 items.
We're leading with that? That's what we lead with?
That's what you lead with
Oh, my.
because you get good natural energy in that. You got great protein. I mean, a vending machine should be something you can go to help give you energy to complete your day and good productive work. All of those items will help you energize and put in good work. So that's my argument.
Gosh, man, if there was ever a time for Fat Kevin to come back. Fat Kevin, where are you? We need
Dead.
you.
Zombie Fat Kevin. Can we have him?
Gosh, man, that's a terrible list, Kevin.
Oh, it's a great list. It's a great list. Virginia, what would be your 5 items? You get 5 items to recommend. These are the ones I'm sending to Patty.
Okay, I want Zapp's Voodoo Chips.
They're already there. So
They are? Okay,
yes.
good.
So you want to make sure that they stay
They
there?
stay.
Yeah.
Yes, they need
Okay.
to stay. I also want Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
They're there.
I also want Kind bars. Do you know what those are? Kind bars.
So you'd have mean bars.
I love those.
Yeah. It doesn't feel. I think that when you eat
I
it,
only feed those to Jbird.
Okay, all right.
I also need those Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream to stay.
Okay.
Because those are delicious. And the Cheetos, the basic Cheetos.
Okay.
So basically, Virginia just named 4 out of the 5 items we already have.
But we have to tell her everything.
I hear you.
Because if you don't tell her what to keep, she's going to start from scratch.
So you think I agree, Voodoo, they have to stay. If
Voodoo has to
anything
stay.
has to stay, Voodoo chips.
Voodoo chips.
Okay.
You might even put in another Zapp's choice, too. They have other flavors.
I just feel like you guys aren't taking the sandwich part seriously, and that's the part that needs to
To
be
me,
ahead.
that's gnarly. Anything that's prepared, like anything that's sitting there and could last in a vending machine, I don't think I want that sandwich.
It's refrigerated. For example, you could do a breakfast sandwich. Jimmy Dean, they do extraordinary things. Their sausage breakfast sandwiches. You could have that in a wrapper. You could have that in a wrapper like you get in a box, and you see that all the time in a vending machine. Hit the button, boom, comes right out, put in the microwave.
Okay.
Jimmy Dean's breakfast sandwiches.
Okay. Is that one of your 5?
You're an expert, so no one's going to challenge you.
Well, I'm kind of torn here because we need more sandwiches in there, but I don't want to give you all I want to do burritos in there.
I think Patty will let you put in a list of 25. Kevin's just like, no, you got to give me 5.
Yeah, for the sake of brevity in a radio show. If you want to do your own blog later, you could.
I'd like to see more variety in our Doritos instead of just doing your standard, nacho or Cool Ranch. Why aren't we doing a taco? Or a spicy sweet and chili. Let's kind of do that a little bit.
The purple bag.
The purple bag.
So,
Yeah.
what would be the Dorito you would choose? Keep in mind, I'm limiting you to 5 options.
I know I'm going off on snack philosophy over here.
Yeah.
Your
we may
tangent.
not wrap this up by 9.
I'm so sorry. I'm taking
This is why Kevin said 5 items, because he knew you couldn't do it.
Yeah. Where's the brevity?
I'll give it to you. All right. I'm going to get combos. I want in there because we never have combos. I think it's an underrated snack.
What flavor?
Let's do a pizza.
Okay.
Yoo-hoo for my drink. We never have chocolate milk. I know I got a palate like an 8-year-old. Give me my damn Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo is not chocolate milk.
I like fake chocolate milk, all right? Okay? You got a lot of nerve calling things about being fake.
Why?
Fake fish in a bag.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Fake chocolate milk. And then Nutter Butter? Cookies? I know
Those
you
are
like Nutter
good.
Butter. I thought of you on that one.
I do love Nutter Butters.
Fat Kevin? Fan of Nutter Butter?
I love Nutter Butters, yeah. I go double stuff, though.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Oh.
Is that? I don't know how many I gave you.
17.
Well, you got to get yourself focused here before you submit your list to Patty, because if
We
your
didn't
list
even-
is all over the place as you are right now, she's going to be like, I can't even get through this.
What about drinks?
Okay, so that's why I put. Okay, I
Kind of
put
sloppy, Pennington.
Hawaiian Punch, Squirt. I'd like to see in the. We just got different.
Everything you've named, honestly, my body would recoil if I put any of that in my system.
Same with your list.
You might kill Kevin.
Oh, my God.
Kevin would kill me.
Wow. I know people are yelling at me about my choices. Don't worry. I'm not going to vote because you're right. I'm never going to buy anything from the vending machine anyway.
You shouldn't vote.
I'm not going to vote because, my items would be there and people would hate them. No one would ever buy them.
I actually have a hot dog in this race.
Yeah. Are you going to put a hot dog in there too?
People would buy the items that Kevin suggested only to take them and throw them at him.
Right. But I'd be happy with that. I'll take them home and eat them then.
How sweet would it be you walk in there? Oh, there's Uncrustables in there. That's interesting.
Would not get my attention at all.
And Patty let me know, too, the cost of cold drinks is going down.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
All kinds of good news around here.
They're bringing down, rolling back prices.
It'd be nice to see candy bars like a whatchamacallit in there. Or a Butterfinger even.
You're going to have to continue this on a blog.
Kevin can't stop, won't
got
stop.
to cut him off. Few celebrity birthdays today. Gonna give a little shout out to Lark Voorhees. She's 47 today. You
What
remember
was
her
her-
from Saved by the Bell?
What was her name, Virginia?
I don't know.
Lisa Turtle.
Oh, sorry. I never watched that show.
Such a crush on her.
You did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll send her a little birthday card, Bird. Sarah Jessica Parker's turning 56 today. And Elton John still standing at 74. There you go. Happy birthday to them. Also, a happy birthday to Braden. He is turning 3. Kristen and Stuart said, love you to the moon and back from Mama, Dada, and the Rexy Cat. There's a photo of him on KVJ TV if you're watching on YouTube.
Little nugget.
Yeah.
Hey, cute.
Also, birthday shout out to our son, Pookie. Happy 11th from Mommy, Aber, Baby Lucy, Lulu, and Stitch. And also Josie, the love of my life. Happy birthday from Ilya. Okay. Got a birthday wish? You want to get it on the KVJ show? Just let us know about it. mail@kvjshow.com. mail@kvjshow.com. So what do you have that's so important to do today, Jbird?
I don't know.
You don't know. You just know you have something big today?
There's something, I didn't write it down, and I've been doing better at writing things down. And there's something on this date, March 25th, that I'm either supposed to be a part of or pick up or go to. I can't remember, but I know I have to do something. I forgot something, and it's bothering me in my stomach, and I can't figure out what the hell it is. I've looked through all my notes. I've gone through my text messages. I can't figure it out. I've asked my dad. I've asked my sister.
Medical appointment?
I don't know.
Dental appointment?
No, it's not dental appointment. I have no idea.
Anything with your house? You've been doing some stuff there. Will you be calling?
You're asking me great questions, and hopefully if you keep asking me questions, something's going to kind of trigger what I forgot. But I know this date is important, and I'm supposed to be a part of something, and I cannot remember.
Birthday? Anniversary? No?
Can you look in your calendar?
I will. I don't think I have anything down for today.
You ever have that where the pit of your stomach knows something's off? Because you're missing something. I'm missing a detail here.
I will tell you one thing that has happened for me, and maybe other people are like this during the pandemic, and this is really a tricky time for me because for the last year we haven't had anything, and I put everything down on my calendar. And I was always really good the night before. I would look at my calendar. I would prep myself for whatever I needed to do for the next day, any appointments or anything like that. And slowly over the months, I got to the point where I'm like, why even bother? There's nothing on your calendar except do a show and go home and do another show. And so I have had that where that got me a couple times where now we're starting to sprinkle a few things in. And I have gone and I looked at my calendar. I'm like, oh, crap, that's right. I was supposed to do that today.
I did the same thing. I skipped a Zoom meeting I was supposed to be on because I was just like, life has stopped. I don't even need to look in the calendar.
Well, yeah, a big way I remember stuff is for me to associate it with something. And I remember March 25th because March reminds me of Mark, and 25 was Mark McGuire's baseball number.
Okay.
So March
you got.
25th, locked in
You got
right
the
away.
date.
I have the date.
Just what you need to do and where, you have no clue.
The premiere of Andy Cohen's new show on E! Behind the Scenes of Reality TV.
That is definitely not it.
It's not it?
It's in my calendar.
Okay.
Is that really in your
That's
calendar?
really coming on tonight, and it's really in my calendar.
Scribble in your calendar like some old grandma.
That's funny. I do that too, but for sporting events, I bet we all probably have different stuff in our calendars.
Well,
if you had one.
This isn't one of those things where, I forgot. I mean, even if it was a doctor appointment, I wouldn't be this weirded out by it because that can happen. It's something more important than that.
Well, the good news is you'll find out after you miss it.
I guess.
Yeah. Or when you start feeling sick, oh, wait.
Right.
I was supposed to go get my so-and-so checked.
And if you don't find out about it, then the good news is it couldn't have been that important.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
If nightfall comes and I don't figure it out.
Yeah.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
You're right.
You're just saying quotes?
Yes.
Cliches.
Coming up here in just a couple minutes, we got a KVJ draft today. We're going to be doing stand-up comedians in our draft. That is what we're going to be drafting out here.
Could this be like of all time, or is it just like
all
current?
time.
Current.
It's all time.
All time. Okay.
Yeah.
Virginia, you better hope she goes. Virginia's going to take Dane Cook.
Oh,
You love
Am
Dane
I?
Cook?
I don't love Dane Cook, do I?
You love Dane Cook. The fact that you don't know if you like Dane Cook or not.
I don't think I remember Dane Cook's jokes. It's been a
Okay.
minute.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it slightly different today, the KVJ draft. We're going to speed it up a bit. So when we come back, we're going to have all of our teams picked out. We get 3 stand-up comedians each. So we're going to go to Facebook Live on the KVJ Show page here in just a second. So if you want to see the draft happen then or suggest who we should pick, we have the draft order. It goes me, Suits, Bird, Denny's, Virginia.
Sacre bleu. I'm last again.
Yes. All right, so we're going to hop to Facebook Live. We got the KVJ draft going to be popping over there, and then when we come back, we'll let you know who chose what, and then you'll have the entire day to go and vote for who you think drafted out the best 3 stand-up comedians in today's KVJ draft.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, we got the KVJ draft. We went on to the KVJ Show Facebook Live just a second ago, and we picked out our stand-up comedians. You get 3. Now, the question is, who picked out the best team? I got the first pick, and I thought it would really help, but after looking at what I got and what I couldn't get that I wanted, I think going first didn't help me today.
Oh, well, then you got copy and paste Suits over here.
Yeah.
Just, let me Google it.
No, he said he really loves Robin Williams.
1 out of 3's not bad.
So here's how the teams unfolded that we just picked on Facebook Live. You can go onto our Facebook page and start voting here in just a couple of minutes for who picked out the best team of 3 of stand-up comedians. I got Dave Chappelle with the overall number 1 pick. Then when it came back around, I got Jerry Seinfeld, and I went with Ellen DeGeneres, which may be the most controversial pick. I know that she's losing TV audience, but I think when it comes to somebody who's great at stand-up comedy, I think she's still really great at doing it.
People got to realize, too, that we're not all getting the comedians that we want. Because I'm not 100%. I don't, love my list, but that's all I could get.
Oh, I know.
Because you guys took some of the best out there.
Well, nobody wanted Ellen. I mean, everybody knows you pick Ellen, you get canceled.
Kevin did that as I think he did that to see what happens. He's trying to be controversial, and I like what he did there.
I am. I'm taking a little bit of a chance on it. And based on just ability to do stand-up, I think Ellen DeGeneres is one of the greats.
I don't know, Kevin. You may have gotten canceled.
Again.
Yeah, bring it. All right, for Suits, he's got Robin Williams, Chris Rock, and Kevin Hart. It's a pretty solid list. Picking second might have been the best.
Google.
Jbird got Richard Pryor, George Carlin, and Bill Hicks. You have 2 of the legends.
I do.
there.
And Bill Hicks, he died real early. He was a real free speech guy, and that's why I picked him. Plus, it was my 3rd pick. It was down. There weren't many people to pick left. I kind of feel like I blew it with Hicks.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that Hicks died, but if he walked in the room, I couldn't even tell you it was him.
I don't feel good about Hicks.
Who the hell is Hicks?
I went 2 legends and then one nobody knows.
People,
I'm really trying to lose it.
old people
My
know.
list was too good.
Old people know who Bill Hicks.
It really was amazing. I mean,
Bill Hicks.
He was a free speech guy. He had cancer. Exactly. I get
I
it.
think 9 out of 10 people don't know who Bill Hicks
so where's
is.
the funny part?
It was an alternative pick. I blew it. I'm not very good at this bit. I don't like it.
He died young. That's cancer. Funny guy.
Nobody knew him.
What? It's a really depressing story.
Damn.
Wow. All right, Denny's. He went with Bill Burr, Anthony Jeselnik, and Jeff Ross. Some solid picks in there. Virginia got Joan Rivers, Eddie Murphy, Steve Harvey.
Yeah, that's a great list right there.
So there she goes. Now, there were some other ones that didn't get picked you can talk about. One that I think is great, but again, with the age thing, I don't think it would get any votes because nobody knows Don Rickles. But if you talk to comedians that respect comedians, Don Rickles is, aside from everybody else on the list, I would say he's probably number 1 of a comedian's comedian. Just a funny, really quick, ripping people apart. He was the Jeff Ross of his era.
Well, just to show you how old Don Rickles is, I was watching a Twilight Zone episode the other night with my dad from 1962.
Yeah.
He's in it, and he's not young.
Yeah.
He was old in 62.
Do you know some people just, even if they were 19, they were still old?
Yes.
I think Wrinkles is one of those. Rickles.
Wrinkles?
That's you. Wrinkles is you.
Don Wrinkles.
You're Don
That's your stand-up
Wrinkles.
name.
What an insulting name.
Don Wrinkles. Nobody went Louis C.K.?
Talk about controversial.
Oh, yeah.
No, nobody
That's too
gonna
much
do that?
heat.
Okay. Nobody went. I love David Letterman. I think he's quick. I don't know if you think I'm for stand-up. I would say probably the same thing if you are talking about some other comedians like maybe a John Oliver or anybody that's done like the Daily Show.
Jon Stewart.
You know.
The one big name we forgot to say, and I feel like this cat blew up out of nowhere. Sebastian
Maniscalco.
Yeah, my dad and sister love him. He's widely popular. He's getting into movies. He's very funny. I blew it with Hicks.
Yeah,
Why do you take Maniscalco?
Because I'm a bad Italian. I'm the worst Italian out there.
Dang.
You still arguably nobody went Joe Rogan. He does a lot of stand-up still.
Best of all time. No offense to Rogan.
Okay. Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, no.
Rodney Dangerfield. Wanda Sykes. Okay.
What about Jim Carrey?
Did he do stand-up?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but he's not known for it. That's the only thing. Like Tracy Morgan. We saw him do stand-up.
He's done stand-up.
I love Tracy Morgan. Damn it.
I'll tell you who I should have put on there, too. I watched him work a room. Dale Hughley. He ripped on everybody at the Improv off the top of his head.
Yeah.
And it was some of the funniest live entertainment I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. He's very quick. He's one of the ones that I would put up there. Bert Kreischer, kind of a newer name. Florida State grad. He has one bit about this time on a train with a Russian guy that's hysterical, but
he's newer on the scene.
Yeah, he's newer
We're
on
talking
the
about
scene.
Don Wrinkles and Bill Hicks.
I loved Bob Hope.
Yeah. Well, you can go and vote for who put together the best list. Go on to the KVJ Show Facebook page. That's one place that we're going to be collecting your votes. And then this time tomorrow, we'll give you the results as who had the best team of comedians for our draft today. Well, I noticed nobody went Denny's either.
Oh, I didn't know we're doing local comedians too. Because if that's the case, dang it, I should have put Denny's.
You would have won if you would have put Denny's.
What were you thinking with that Hicks?
Yeah. Well, we just picked out the KVJ draft today for stand-up comedians. Denny's. Definitely number one in all of our hearts is here with another round of the Joke Jury.
I feel like a sit-down comedian. A lot of time I'm just kind of sitting while I'm here.
Are you starting a comedy already?
Yeah, getting you warmed up.
Oh, that's a thinker.
Oh, yes.
He's a sit-down comedian.
Yeah, he does sit down. And we're laughing. Thinker.
Already laughing. That's how he operates and how fast. All right, Denny's has come up with some comedy here. We're going to rate him on it, give him our honest opinions of it. 5 quick little jokes here for you that you can tell people and make them belly laugh at work today. All right, what you got for us today, Denny's?
All right, first joke. How did the Egyptian pharaoh lose all of his savings?
I don't know. How did he lose all of his savings?
In a pyramid scheme.
Oh. Yeah, right. Someone's in the zone.
Damn. That's what you started with?
Oh, yeah.
That's strong.
Bill Hicks who?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what everyone's saying. Second joke. Why does Gwen Stefani prefer steak to fish?
I don't know. Why does she prefer steak to fish?
Because she ain't no halibut girl. I hate fish.
Halibut girl?
I like it.
Halibut?
You love fish
I
comedy.
do love a halibut joke.
Okay, that was for Virginia.
Just because she ain't laughing don't mean it's funny.
I like it.
Third joke. What do you call a hip-hop group that's got a sinus infection?
I don't know. What do you call it?
Snotty by nature?
Okay.
It's good. It's good.
Fourth joke. What do you call a bug with OCD?
A bug with OCD? I don't know. What do you call a bug with OCD?
A nervous tick.
Oh, yes, right?
Yeah.
Entomologists are laughing like crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's my demo.
In stitches.
And final one. What do you call a doctor who doesn't believe pregnant bellies are round?
I don't know. What do you call them?
A flat birther?
Okay. There you go. How did he not make the list?
I mean,
How
home
did he
run,
not
Josh.
make the list?
That's so
Pyramid
good.
scheme, what? I mean, come on. Come on. Oh, Virginia got a very interesting voicemail message yesterday that told her that she needs to have somebody go check out her butt.
From our doctor, Dr. Murphy in Tequesta, they called me, and it was a recording saying, you're of that age, you need to come in and have a colonoscopy, polyp check, butt exam. And I was like, really? And Kevin told me he thought it was 50. I thought it was 52. I'm 47.
And can we find a different name than the word polyp? It's
It's
such
one of
a
those-
horrible name.
Yeah, of all the words that kind of just make you cringe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right up there.
Is this a butt prank?
No, because it came up on the
It's a
caller
great way to
ID.
get your friends, though.
It is. You got butt issues. Get it checked out.
Hey, Jbird, we got your butt appointment set for tonight.
We know your butt's not doing well.
Just walk into the 7-Eleven and tell them that.
My butt's not
I'm
doing
here for my butt swab.
I can't find it. That's my problem. I ain't got no ass.
I don't think they want the cheek.
No, I know. They're going deep.
Yeah.
So you're doing it now, Virginia?
Well, now I feel like it's a sign from the universe.
Yeah.
If your doctor calls you and you get a pre-recorded message that you have to go get your butt checked, like I think that's the universe telling me something, and if I ignore it, I'll just obsess about it in my head till I go.
Well, isn't there two ways to do the butt stuff? They do, I think, just the finger, and then that's one separate. Then they do one where they bring an instrument involved.
Doing the butt. Ow.
Are you getting instruments? Or are you just getting a little?
I don't know. All I got was a voicemail yesterday. I didn't get any kind of prodding.
Have you ever had any kind of butt stuff done?
So this kind of sucks, but ever since you turn like a certain age, I think it's 40, when you go to the gynecologist to get your normal pap smear, they also do a finger,
Yeah.
a rectal
All right.
swoop.
Okay, we got it.
And
it gets a lot more intimate. As you get older, I notice these doctor visits get a little bit more intimate.
yeah, like Kevin was telling me, there's one you gotta drink a juice and
That's
they
the one
put
where you
you
go in
under.
and
That's the
that's
instrument one.
colonoscopy. Yeah,
And
that's where they really get intimate.
Another word to add on that list: pap smear. Can we get that out of here?
It's not schmear.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Schmear is what you put on a bagel. You don't want to put what you find at a pap on a bagel.
You can't get that at Brooklyn Water Bagels.
No.
Yes, your,
I'll have the locks.
Of all your shoes, I'm
and
going to
the
go with
schmear.
there's the one called Pap up there.
Be rough.
Can you give me that HPV test too?
With my home fries.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty rough. So I'm holding off. Even if I get a message to be dead, I'm going 50.
Well,
so.
when they call you and
Yeah.
say, bring your butt in, I think it's a sign from above. You got to bring your butt in.
No, it's a sign from below.
Hey now, that's right. The jokes just keep on coming all day long. I couldn't believe the story when I was reading it earlier this week and thought, wow, what a moron. And then there's another story. I'm like, wow, what a moron double. He's a guy that was with the Miami Dolphins for all of 3 days. He was with the Tennessee Titans, and he got traded to the Dolphins. His name's Isaiah Wilson. And the reason why I was thinking what a moron was because the Dolphins cut him after 3 days because he blew off every meeting he was supposed to have.
Oh, boy.
He's like supposed to go and get a physical. He's supposed to have this meeting. He's supposed to have that meeting. He didn't do it. And the Dolphins like, is this guy going to show up? Like, what's the deal with this guy? And then somebody walks into one of the offices and is like, you know why he didn't show up? He posted a video of him like shirtless dancing on a car, and he's just partying it up and having a good time. It was like timestamp for the time he's supposed to be at the Dolphins facilities. And they're like, you know what, this guy's a knucklehead. Get him out of here. And they caught him after 3 days. So
Well,
I
you
mean,
should be cut for that.
You should be cut.
well, and it was like, and I don't think he got guaranteed money. Basically, your whole paycheck, like he just didn't show up. And so it's not like you have guaranteed money, all this kind of stuff. He just decided instead of making millions of dollars doing something that very few people have the chance to do, he took his own lottery ticket and said, you know what, I'm going to just do whatever I can to throw it away.
A little insight just by playing with the guys that I play with baseball that had a chance to go to a next level and make some money at a professional level. A few of them, they got kind of cold feet, and the opportunity was too big for them, and they sabotaged themselves.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of pressure.
They couldn't handle it.
They couldn't handle it,
Yeah.
even though everyone was in their corner saying, "Dude, you're blowing it. You're blowing it." The situation was just too big for them.
It's fascinating because a lot of these guys, and that's the tough thing because the NFL draft is going to be coming up. And you don't know with some of these guys because what happens when they're in high school and college, your coaches can be all over you and they treat them like kids a lot of times and they have curfews and all those kind of things they do. But when you become a professional, you have to become a professional. you have to run your own life. You have to be a true adult and actually show up when they call a meeting. You have to be there, or you don't get paid. And they also found out, this just came out, that he had been arrested just 2 months prior to signing with the Dolphins for only 3 days. He blew through a construction zone just outside of Athens, Georgia at 123 miles an hour.
Oh, my gosh.
And then the cops started chasing him, so he sped up to 140 before they finally got him. And then when they found him and searched he and the person he was with, they had drugs on him. So
Yeah, Dolphins don't need them.
yeah, no, they definitely don't need him. What they gave up was a 2022 seventh-round pick for it, so it wasn't a huge loss, but still, gosh, man, no guaranteed money. You just threw it all away, man, just because you had to act like a moron.
So sad.
Yeah, that's why he is our moron of the week. Okay, so what job do you look like you should be doing? Virginia, if you had to guess, just how Jbird looks. In fact, I'm going to have Suits post up on KVJ TV a photo that maybe this is what this Walgreens employee was going on when he saw Jbird walk into his place.
I had a different outfit on, though.
You did? Okay.
Well, yeah, I definitely had a different outfit on.
So what did this guy from Walgreens say that you look like you should do for a living?
Well, it was kind of a slow burn on how it all got there. Do you just want me what he said at the end? Because we started talking about snacks, and we started talking about, just different snacks. He was a very nice dude, and then because I had like a nicer Bigfoot shirt on, and I had shorts on that had flowers.
Oh, so a dress outfit.
And
Sunday best.
And, and I also had my hair long with a tie-dye headband. So I look like,
You're a Brody for the Grateful Dead?
So as we're talking, he asked me if I surf and I smoke weed. And I said, well, one of the two is correct. I do not
surf.
I do not surf. But yeah, he said, well, it looks like I sell surfboards and possibly sell weed, is kind of what he told me.
I can see that.
You think I look like I sell? I've heard a couple people say I look like I sell surfboards now, or I look like I'm trying to surf.
Well, if you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt, yeah, I could see that.
And it's the hair and the bandana.
It's a nice Bigfoot. It really is a very classy Bigfoot shirt.
I don't think it was so much about the shirt as the hair and the bandana and maybe the shorts.
The shorts are sweet too.
Yeah.
Flowered shorts from Walmart. They're kind of nard huggers. Does a trick right
You like them tight, huh?
I don't.
The guy at Walgreens did.
Yeah, you're right.
Was he hitting on you?
No, we're just two dudes talking about snacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we do have an interesting looking crew here. I mean, I know we're in radio, so it's maybe not far off, but I mean, between Bird and his cultivated outfits, Denny's. I mean, if you looked at him, what would you think Denny's did for a living?
I would think he sells surfboards and sells weed.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you two found each other.
When me and him go out together and we're really looking like dirty hippies, we get some looks.
You do.
We do.
Suits is either an eccentric accountant or attorney. And I can't figure out which. And this is just since he grew his hair out. But with his hair longer like that.
He's an eccentric accountant.
He's an accountant that definitely fudges the numbers a bit.
You know what I think? I think he's an accountant for Ben & Jerry's.
Okay. I like that. They're kind of a hippie company.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he would do.
But with the longer hair, though, I feel like it gives him a little bit more of a scandal involved in there.
Oh,
sure.
yeah. He's definitely skimming
Or
off
free
the
spirit.
top.
He's skimming.
Or free spirit.
Kevin, you look like you dress like you are a dad that works at a gym.
A dad that works at a gym?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. What do you think, Virginia? Look at how I dress. What would you say I did? If you didn't know me and you looked at what I'm wearing, what would you think that I do?
I would look at you and think that maybe you run like a hip marketing firm. They have an office downtown.
Okay.
They
I
have
like
like
it.
they don't have a 9 to 5. It's a free spirit workplace.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about when you wear athletic stuff. That's when you look like dad
Okay.
on a gym. Now, when you dress up,
If I'm looking like this, what I have on right now, I've got on a V-neck T-shirt. I've got on kind of like white jeans.
You're
I've got
in
on
marketing.
some, like, black loafers.
You also could be in high-end real estate.
I was thinking real estate. I look like if I saw this guy going, what's he going to do? Sell me some property?
Yeah, he's going to sell you commercial property.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Commercial real estate.
I can see a little Jesus marketing too.
Oh,
You're
really?
spreading the good word in a modern way for everybody.
I'm not as hip as some of those, the real hipster pastors that are out there that hang with Bieber who've got tattoos all over their body.
You need a tat
I don't
on.
cut it. I'm not
Jesus
cool
ain't
enough.
that cool. I don't trust those guys.
You don't trust them at all.
No. The hip Jesus, sit down.
I don't know if I trust hip Jesus tatted guy.
Yeah, what was that one Bieber guy that got all in trouble?
Yeah, the guy in New York City, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big lie.
Yeah, it already took one down.
You want your pastor to be boring?
I do. I want him to be a little bit overweight. I don't want him to look so good.
You want that traditional 80s Christian hair on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want a traditional 80s youth pastor.
That hair's our security blanket. It makes
Yeah.
us feel good.
Okay, well, there you go.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, what do you got to confess? Got a whole backlog of confessions. Boy, people really getting a lot off their chest here. It's very impressive. Just send us a text. Could be anonymous. 877-979-WRMF. Some people email them in as well.
Well, the email's better because no one knows it's you, or, you can kind of hide behind that.
It does.
I like the mic drop. Nobody knows it's you.
Yeah, no one would ever recognize your voice.
Never.
We can actually change your voice. You could do that too if you want. Well, if you ever do one on the mic drop, just let us know. Change my voice, and we can do it there.
Or call and give us an accent or something. That's fun, too.
Whatever you want to
We
do.
do love accents.
cheating on my wife.
Yeah, we got some interesting creative confessions that people are hitting us with here today. This one says, I'm a mortgage advisor and I don't understand about 50% of mortgage terminology and processes, and I often have to Google just basic stuff to sound like I know what I'm doing.
Oh, that's not good.
I wonder how many people in their line of work would admit, I really don't know what I do.
That's not good at all, because when I look at mortgage stuff, I go, nah.
Sure,
and my
yeah.
eyes roll back in my head.
Yeah.
But I'm really hoping that the people that are doing the paperwork understand it completely.
You'd hope that they be on it, but it kind of makes you wonder when it comes to people doing their job, how many people really don't fully know how to do their job? This confession says, my older female office manager overheard me tell my buddy at work that I needed to go and drop the kids off at the pool. So she interrupted to tell me that it's okay if I have to go leave. 20 minutes later, when I see her again, I had to awkwardly explain why I didn't leave the office. I thought you were going to go drop the kids off at the pool.
How to poop.
Apparently she never heard that term before. Somebody else confessing here sent a text and it says, my Coke dealer's name is in my phone as stepmom, and my girlfriend knows that we have this difficult relationship, which means when I get a call from stepmom, I'm going to need to step out of the room to talk in private.
That's genius.
That is actually kind of clever. Okay. Oh, my stepmom again. I'll be right back. Somebody confessing here, I once left a pair of cheap sunglasses on a plane, and I realized a few minutes later, and I went back to see if they found them, and they're like going, oh yeah, are these your Ray-Bans? I'm like, yeah, they're mine. They weren't. They were a lot more expensive than the ones I just lost.
Oh, switcheroo.
A little trade up. Okay. It's a little devious there.
That's stealing.
You were like,
Yeah.
wow, I got Ray-Bans? This is
And
awesome.
Imagine the person who had the Ray-Bans who goes back to get cheap sunglasses.
It's like, wait a minute.
This sucks. Somebody says, I once ate a whole block of blue cheese in one sitting and I shat black tar the next day. Worth it.
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I love soft blue cheese. I could eat the whole thing.
I just bought some blue cheese yesterday, and all of a sudden I'm kind of not wanting blue cheese. I don't know
The
why.
dressing or the block?
The dressing. The block grosses me out.
Oh, I could get down on the block.
You
Give me a Triscuit and give me the block and just leave me alone.
and then lock you in a room and have you nowhere near me or Kevin.
Somebody confessing here, whenever I take a dill pickle from the jar, I mimic a sex act on it before actually taking a bite, and I am a 100% straight male.
That is amazing. I thought I was the only one that did that.
Oh, okay. Apparently a lot of us, even the straight guys, are doing that.
Well, there's some really big pickles out there.
I know.
Huh. Somebody confessing here, I don't believe in any kind of God, aliens, ghosts, or even star signs, but I do believe that if I don't put on the correct jersey, then it's my fault if my team loses.
That's adorable.
Okay, that's your belief system. Somebody else texted in here to confess today. Nobody else at work understands our website analytics, so I just tell them that we get lots of new daily visitors to the site. The one that I commissioned at a very expensive upgrade last year, we actually don't. We actually get loads less.
They don't know.
You know, I'm that way with everything we do with numbers and tech. I have no idea. And so I often wonder, I'm like going, how they know I don't know what I'm talking about. How many people are actually lying to me? Numbers look great, Kev. Because I can't check.
I mean, all they would have to do is just tell you, oh, yeah, this is the analytics, and we would believe it.
You could do that with anything, with a car with me. Go, yeah, you've got 9% gas leakage. I'm like, well, no, I guess I got 9% gas leakage.
It's going to cost $580 to fix because we got to patch it.
Or $1,000 if we do the upgrade. All right, I guess I'll upgrade.
Somebody texts in here, 877-979-WRMF, and their confession says, I heard you could soak a tampon in vodka and insert it to get hammered. I did, but all it did was actually light my hoo-ha on fire while I stayed totally sober to soak up the pain. I've never told anyone.
Oh, whoa.
That makes me hurt.
Wow, yeah, don't do that. Learn from her.
Wow.
That's bad. That's real bad.
So it doesn't work, it just burns.
Why would you do that? To get a quicker high?
She said she thought she was going to get drunk.
Yeah.
So why could you not drink it? You're doing it all backwards.
She's bored. It's a pandemic. We've been home a lot.
Does she know how drinking works?
People do that. They do the butt funnel.
I know, man. But I feel like that person is someone that's chasing a different kind of high.
They just want to do butt stuff anyway.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, I watch all the credits after a film or TV program because I want to acknowledge the hundreds of people who've been involved in the production. I feel like they deserve it. It actually annoys most of my dates, and I'm still single.
If you go out to Los Angeles and you watch a movie in a theater in LA, they all do that.
Oh, really?
Because everybody sits there and like claps and pretends that they see names they know.
Oh my gosh, Clyde.
That's so pretentious.
I've seen that happen before, and I was like, oh.
Clyde's the key grip, everybody. Clap for Clyde.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Clyde the key grip.
Man. I don't know if there's any credits on this, but somebody texted in and said, I'm making about $500 a month on an OnlyFans page just making videos of me going poop. My boyfriend is now wondering how I can afford all these new clothes all of a sudden.
See, I don't like these poop secrets you're living. That's going to end in a big fiery mess right there.
Yeah.
He's going to eventually find out. You can't have a video on OnlyFans and think that it's going to be a secret forever. This will come out.
Call me old-fashioned, but yeah, the secret poop video you're doing for strangers might be a deal breaker.
Much like your poops, these will come out.
Somebody texted in and said, my brother's an alcoholic, and he took me to buy a new fishing rod and reel for my birthday, but he was drunk and didn't remember, so he took me twice.
I know about buying things drunk.
That's amazing.
How great he wound up with two fishing rods because he got a drunk alcoholic brother.
That's
okay.
awesome.
All right. He's in a new house, but is it already haunted? Jbird seems to bring ghost spirits with him wherever he goes, and he actually enjoys it. He likes to have company. So do you charge them rent, by the way, or do they stay for free?
I do not charge them rent.
Okay. So Jbird did the Weird and Whatever podcast last night talking about this. Any spirit activity in your new house. And not only is there activity, but apparently they've done something to you physically that you can see. What's going on here?
Well, a butt funnel?
I have not had the butt funnel from the ghost yet. No, I've kind of held on to some of this stuff because I know a lot of people don't like when I talk about the ghost stuff. So I did reveal it yesterday in the Weird and Whatever podcast. Now, I've only slept in my bedroom 3 times since I've been in my house.
Really?
I usually stay in the living room.
Or the yard.
Or the yard.
Like a drunk booze hound.
What have you slept more, in the yard or in your bedroom?
Probably the yard. I like sleeping outside, though.
Hey, I don't know if you needed a house. You just needed some land.
I was not drunk when I was out there. I like the stars. I was highly buzzed.
You were high.
I was
as a kite.
Man, look at them stars.
Oh my gosh, what's that thing? Oh wait, it's a blimp. Remember when the blimp scared the bejesus out of you because you were high?
I knew it was, that's a lie. That is. Look, when you are opening up your curtains and you're not expecting a blimp to be looking right back at you, it's a little
It was
alarming.
like right outside your window.
I open up the curtains not expecting to see a blimp, and I open them up and I go. It was looking at me.
Armageddon!
I wasn't expecting it. It was very large.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say that the two things of importance that have happened is I've told you guys a little bit about how the piano plays itself. And it's a regular old school piano. It's not electric.
It's older though.
It is
It's an older player piano.
Remember those things?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is not an old player piano.
Okay.
But I would say the one thing that was the weirdest, I've talked about shadow people before, and I've talked about the one long, lanky dude that would always walk down the stairs. And we think, too, that was in my closet upstairs where a lot of the activity, now that's at my old place. It seems that there's activity again going on in my closet area right next to my bed because something long came out, something long and black, like a shadow. Keep your mind on the gutter. Came out of my closet, came right over my bed. It came over my head and then it went out my window.
What?
Yes, I swear to you. And
Snake ghost?
well, it didn't look like a snake. It just looked like some kind of an entity, but it did look like a shadow person of some sort. But it went through from the closet over my bed by my head out the window. And the other day, Bigfoot, my buddy, goes, "Hey man, what's going on with your hair? There's a stripe on your hair, and it's not gray. If you look in the right lighting, I have a yellow stripe right over my head, right here. And when all that happened,
Show it to the camera.
you're not gonna be able to see it in the camera.
I can see it.
Okay.
Can you see it?
I can see it. It's actually like a ash blonde stripe.
Yes, and it's not on this side. It's only
on this side.
It's only on this side. And when that shadow thing did happen, it did feel like there was like a burning sensation, something like a scratchy kind of an itchy feel. And now I have that right on my head.
It dyed your hair?
And there's no dye. This is all my natural hair. There's no dye in there.
Yeah.
It's white. It's black,
Right.
and then there's a yellow stripe.
Yeah, you have very black hair, and then that part of it is almost like you have a lighter brown hair.
You can see it.
I can totally see
And
it.
it wasn't there. I've never had that before.
Well, if you've got something like that, it sounds like you're talking about, if you do believe in the spirit thing, you'd be talking about a menacing spirit.
Possibly, but not necessarily. I mean, everyone always wants to say these spirits have murder in their heart. Sometimes they
Well,
just
if it's
like
burning me and changing my hair.
burning might be a little dramatic. It was
Okay.
uncomfortable. It made it more scratchy, itchy kind of a thing. It felt like a reaction. Nothing so painful, but it did feel like something on the side of my head.
They
Did
made
any
it-
hairdressers from your past pass away?
I don't know. Because I usually went to the barber shop. He's still standing strong, and you know my other person because you introduced me to him, and they're alive.
They're alive.
Yeah, but I just do know in the ghost world,
Yeah.
sometimes hair, the light goes on there, and the ghosts,
Really?
they'll leave
Ghosts
a...
can change your hair color?
Haven't you heard that before?
I have heard of people having a horrifying experience and then, their hair changes.
And
Usually it goes from dark to gray, or they get a gray streak or a gray
Yes.
patch.
Yeah, and I understand that some people don't believe this. They think, I'm crazy, I'm lying. I'm just letting you know that really happened. I got a streak in my hair, and we have the ghost team coming over to see what's going on. Vicky from the Weird Whatever podcast, she just thinks something attached to me. And I asked her last night, I go, does that mean if something's attached to me, when I go to Publix and I order sweet coleslaw, is that spirit or whatever attached to me? And she said, yeah, it could be. She said, it could be at Publix with me.
Okay, so you're bringing spirits into Publix with you?
If I'm bringing them into Publix, am I bringing them here in the studio?
Oh, you definitely are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You might want to be cool with me, Virginia.
Did she say what she thought? Maybe would this be a menacing spirit? Did she have any take on that?
Yes, she thinks this is something that's been following me around, and she doesn't think it's very nice.
Yeah, was interested what you'd say. That doesn't trouble you enough to say, I'm going to stop dabbling with the spirit world?
Dog, I got us on national TV. Ozzy Osbourne's he's about to do there's going to be another show about my ghost closet. Everything I want, it's finally starting to happen. I'm starting to show that this stuff is real.
Okay.
I'm getting proof. That's why I've been trying to do all this, to get proof.
Don't get so famous that you try to leave this production. I'll kick your ass.
Oh, come on. The bitch and the witch? Can't break up this duo. Can't break
Yeah,
this
you don't want to be
trio.
haunted by Virginia. Ghosts are nothing compared to her horror. She'll come at you.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, we got a little bit more information on the 43-year-old naked woman that they pulled from the drainage ditch Tuesday in Delray Beach. It was kind of an interesting story of, okay, what is going on? How did you get into this drainage ditch? She says that on March 3rd, she was swimming in a canal.
Oh, that seems safe.
And she opened a door that led her to a series of tunnels that wound up towards downtown's Atlantic Avenue. She said one led to another, and she eventually became lost and remained underground for the next 3 weeks. She says she stayed alive by drinking from an unopened bottle of ginger ale that she found. She said that she then ended up there in the drainage ditch on Atlantic Avenue, following the light. That's when she saw somebody, yelled to them. They called 911. They came and got a hoist and got her out of there. She was dehydrated but lucid. They say that she does have a history of mental health issues, drug addiction, and is known to make poor decisions while under the influence. So it was kind of what we thought it might be.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
You can kind of tell. If you're under there for 3 weeks, that's a long time.
It's kind of adding up there, yeah. But those storm drains are pretty fascinating. When I was in junior high, we used to use those all the time. We found, in fact, we had them mapped and routed in my little hometown. We just went in one and just started tunneling. We call it tunnel ratting.
You
and we
mapped
would go,
them?
Yeah, we did, because we would use them because we could do our little mischievous acts, and then we popped down into a manhole cover, and the cops could never find us.
I love it.
So they were we had them baffled because we do all this stuff, and they're like, we had them on the street. Where'd they go? And we gone.
You're kind of like the low-budget Goonies.
Yeah, we were, yeah. But they do, if you didn't map as well and leave markings, which we did, then it is an elaborate that you could, and we did get lost, and we finally punched up through a manhole one time and then got to where
You just
we
hope
were.
that a bus is not coming by right when you punch up.
Yeah, we were like, it was on our football field. On the sideline, we were like, we're at the football field. How cool is this?
That must have been so fun to
crazy.
go outside and explore and do things like the Goonies. I wanted to do what Kevin did, Goonie style, but I wasn't allowed to leave the house, so I had to explore the closet.
Okay, there you go.
Your mom was on lockdown. She was an innovator
Yeah.
of quarantine.
Did you have ghosts in your closet then, or
No, not that I know of.
Okay. Deputies in Martin County thought they were chasing a drunk driver who'd stolen a pickup truck. But then they're like, well, this guy's going pretty slow. And then they realized it wasn't a guy at all. It was actually an elderly woman.
She stole it, or it was hers?
Well, it wasn't hers. She was a resident at a senior living facility. And there was an employee's truck just sitting there. And she thought, well, I don't mind if I do.
Grandma decided to go hot dogging.
Yeah, she did. The owner of the truck is not going to press any charges. And they said, yeah, looking at Grandma, apparently she, just... Again, probably like the woman in Delray.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, bless her heart. Yeah. An Orlando area guy with a criminal history of impersonating law enforcement got arrested again during a traffic stop. He was dressed pretty much as an officer riding on a motorcycle, and he was carrying a weapon, which is what's scary.
Wow.
He does everything he can to try to look like he's a cop. And he does this all the time. He had a bulletproof vest, a gun belt, handgun, pepper ball gun, Motorola radios, pepper spray, baton, body camera, all that stuff.
Wow, he is committed.
Yeah.
Pepper ball gun?
That's what I'm trying to get, that I can shoot you with. I'm real close to securing it, but I can't say where I get it from.
Yeah, because you're right. Police officers, if they do any kind of stunts like that, they got to do it on the down low.
They can't do it. Like, they're not supposed to discharge their weapon with some goofy radio bit.
Do you sanction that bit? The pepper ball gun bit?
I'll have to look into it. It's the first I'm hearing of it.
He
but-
can't stop me.
Okay. She might just shoot you. Unauthorized.
Again?
Yeah.
You might just show up for work and I'll snipe you in the parking lot.
You're going to finish the job. You're going to hit my right nard next.
Yeah.
Your nard should be nervous.
Yeah, you're going to wind up with pepper balls. There's a woman that got pulled over in Kansas on Sunday doing 149 miles an hour, which was more than twice the speed limit.
Jeez.
They said, "What are you doing? You're going 149." She's like, "Oh, really? I thought I was only going 128."
Still, woman.
Still, wait, what? You thought you were only doing 128? A Jacksonville mother allegedly fought a student at her daughter's school. Now, the mom had just exited the school with her own daughter following a meeting with the vice principal, and rather than exiting the campus directly, her daughter walked out of her way through the cafeteria and found this victim that she started fighting.
Oh, my.
The daughter pushed the victim to the ground, started throwing punches, and then the mom jumps in, and she's wearing a boxing glove.
Oh, my.
The champ is here.
What?
That's intense.
She's now been charged with child abuse with a special weapon. So, I don't know if she thought she was cushioning the blow or aiding in the assault, but
She didn't want to mess up her nails or her own hand.
maybe.
That's
Froggy.
what that is.
It's, there's some people believe if you use a boxing glove, it's not as heinous because it's a little bit, there's
Okay.
padding there. You hit someone with a regular fist compared to a boxing glove.
Still.
Oh, it's an insane
A
way of
boxing
thinking.
glove to the face is going to rock your clock.
Especially if you're not expecting it.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's a guy that got rushed to the hospital with a wooden slab around his peen. Wait, what? Apparently, he had this idea to do this handyman role playing to spice up his love life with his wife.
Okay.
So he started to drill a hole for a doorknob, and then, he put his member through it, and he was being all goofy, but
Oh, he made like his own glory hole.
he did. It was a homemade glory hole, but the problem on top of it, originally it was good for size, but he took one of those marital aid pills that are blue,
Oh, he took a Viagra.
It does help.
and bam, it would not go down. And so they had to chop out the door and take him to the hospital, and they had to cut him free after paramedics showed up.
There are people that buy the peen drugs like they would buy cocaine on the streets. They don't go to doctors. They get a bunch of that stuff because it does work.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe it works too well.
Sometimes it can work too well.
Watch those handyman fantasies.
And you only take it with a partner, right? You don't just take it and stay home and tug it, right?
Well, I mean, you could do that, but why?
That's, if I had to write down a list of when I'm really starting to fall apart.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just run the bath, put
I'm
some
just-
candlelight.
I'm just asking questions because I don't have a penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can make it a really special night for just you. I mean, I guess
Baby, I want to take my time.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this a 5-hour ordeal.
get the delivery going, light some candles, get the Gloria Estefan in the background.
Pop a hole in the door.
2 suspects in DeSoto County, Florida, took off during a traffic stop running in separate directions. They found the guy later hiding underneath the trailer. The woman was found hiding in a treehouse, and she was still clinging to her purse that was chock full of meth, scales, baggies, and a pipe.
Oh, my.
That's it?
That's it. It sounds like a... Can you imagine if the kid would have gotten into the treehouse? What you got, man?
Oh, man.
That could have gotten ugly. A Michigan man woke up at 4 a.m. to find another guy pointing a gun at his head and demanding that he give him his 2 cats. The guy wound up only taking one of the cats, and police believe that the suspect actually knew the homeowner prior to the invasion.
Catnapping?
He did a catnapping at 4 a.m.
Damn.
An armed catnapping. He was located and booked on charges of home invasion and felonious assault, and the cat was returned safely. Here's a guy in Raleigh that has a pet venomous snake, a green mamba. Can you call it a pet, though, if it bites you?
Well, yeah, you can.
Okay. Can you call it a pet if it can kill you?
Oh, my.
Yeah, I think you can call it a pet.
Okay, well, his pet almost killed him. He luckily had to get some anti-venom, and they were able to save him, but he still has the pet, and he went back home to his venomous snake.
You just better hope they can find the anti-venom for your particular snake, because they don't have it at all the hospitals. They got to call around and start checking to see who's got it.
You're right. And you're done after that. Let's lights out, baby.
You only have so much time, and if they're not speedy on that phone, you can...
Your life will be history.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's a pet that can kill you. A pet that could save your life is named Clover. A loyal dog in Canada ran into oncoming traffic to save her owner after she collapsed on the street from a seizure.
Oh, these stories tug at my heart.
Oh, man. The surveillance video shows Clover checking on her owner before breaking free from her leash and heading into the street in an apparent effort to flag down passing cars. She stopped a guy in a truck who hopped out, checked on the dog's owner, and called an ambulance.
Wow.
Clover's owner was treated by paramedics and has since recovered, but has no idea what caused a sudden seizure. And yes, the good news, Clover got a reward for being a good girl. She had a big steak for dinner.
Aww.
Dogs are such special creatures, man. They do. There's so many stories of dogs saving and helping humans.
Yeah, so that was some cool stuff. Coming up, I got some random questions for you, including, do you have a specific memory that comes up every time you hear a certain song? I heard a song yesterday, and every time I hear this, there's one specific memory that comes up in my mind. I'll tell you what it is next. Okay, I got some random questions here for you today. All right, first one might take you a second to come up with something, but what item can improve your life greatly for less than $20? Is there anything that you have found that changes a life for less than $20?
I can get a bottle of vodka.
What would that
You
be?
get $20 worth of weed.
Okay. There you go.
There's food items out there. For me, my favorite pizza of all time is a cheese pizza with extra sauce from Camille's. I can get that under $20,
Okay.
and I'm so happy.
Changes life.
It does change. It puts a whole elevation in my mood.
Is there something that you could get for $20 that you could use today and next week and the week after? You could hold on to.
He would say pizza. Oh, you mean like just keep it?
Right, because, once you spend it, it's gone, and then, okay, your $20 is out.
I've found a cheap, like wooden kind of necklace I love, and I wear it, and it reminds me of my family, and it was under $20, and I look at it, and it brings a lot of comfort when I see it. When I look in the mirror and I notice it, under $20, it gives me warm security feelings. I like it.
Warm security feelings, okay. My,
warm, secure feelings, I should say. I'm not good at speaking.
My wife found something that'll hold your smartphone that you clip kind of on the vent in your car, and she loves that thing. She's always using it because she does a lot of FaceTime with her kids, and so she can drive and still have it there and have the FaceTime thing going and not have to hold it in her hand.
That's
And,
cool.
Yeah, it was less than $20.
A towel, a good towel that doesn't feel like you're washing your nards with sandpaper. A good towel for under $20. I just bought one to the recommendation of our sweet Denny's. He said, don't buy bathroom towels, buy beach towels. They're better for drying. Changed my life.
They're bigger, too.
Bigger?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't feel as fat in I can do a double wrap around my fupa.
Oh, okay. Nice.
My small towels made me feel porky.
They do. There's some towels that make you feel fatter than you need to feel.
Okay. Couple suggestions we have. Somebody said that I got a plug-in Bluetooth adapter for my old school car. Those kind of little gadget things, they will change your life, make it a lot easier, and you can spend less than $20 to make it happen. Somebody else said a flask.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's some cool flasks out there. A lot of cutting-edge flasks these days.
Totally.
Oh, and you could argue buying the right book, less than $20, could change your life.
Yeah.
Smart answer right there, y'all. Okay, anything else to
You could tell they're new.
anything else to add? 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763 can let us know. All right, another thought here. Well, this is a random question. If you met your parents before you were born and they didn't know who you were, what advice would you give them on raising you? What advice would you give them on raising you? I would say pretty quick and simple is don't be so strict.
Yeah.
Don't be so strict on this guy. Work with him, give him some freedoms. And I've tried to learn a lot. If I had to say number one thing that I've learned, and there's a lot of good that I learned from my parents' parenting, but if there's one thing that I kind of do the opposite with, it's trying not to be so stringent and rigid with my own children and have all these kind of like curfews, this and that, and not trust them. We're more of like, here's what you need to do in life. Here's the kind of decisions you should make. Now go, and we'll see how you do. Kind of, we're going to give you a little test to life and see, and so far my kids, we haven't had the rebellious, man, I don't know how my mom dealt with me for a couple of years. I was a tough kid to deal with.
Because she was so clamped down on you.
And the more she clamped down, the more I wanted to break free. And so for 2 years, we battled really hard. It was
That's tough.
Pretty turbulent couple of years. So luckily we've avoided that thus far. Got one more in the pipe into the teenage years, but hopefully it's all good. So that's the one thing I would suggest. Anything for you, Virginia or Jbird?
I would say maybe just keep an eye on her a little bit more when she is going through those teen years.
Okay.
Because, my parents were getting divorced when I was 14, 15. And they had their own drama and all that goes with a divorce that they were focused on. And so I was just kind of like, going buck wild.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For me, probably watching content that I shouldn't have been watching as a younger kid. Maybe waiting a little bit longer before I watch the movie He Knows You're Alone, where the girl gets her head cut off and thrown in a fish tank.
Yeah, when you watch that and you're 4, it's going to stick with you.
I think a lot of that helps great for, having an imagination, but it also helps to have night terrors, too.
Okay.
Yeah, decapitation sticks with toddlers.
Oh, what a toddler. I mean, you're making me younger with each minute here.
As an infant.
A couple other suggestions that people had. Somebody said, teach me finance and budgeting.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, but also some parents can't teach what they don't know.
True.
So maybe they didn't know it much either. But you're right. That kind of stuff would have been great. Somebody else said, let me know I was adopted before you pass away.
Oh, dang, that's heavy.
That is a heavy one.
Damn. I don't know, we're getting heavy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And one on the $20, how you can get something that'll change your life. Andy from Deerfield said, I bought a cell phone case that holds my credit card and license instead of a big fat wallet in my pocket. That's changed my life. Less than $20.
But just don't lose that thing.
I think, the one you stick on the back of your phone. I've seen a lot of people do that. Yes. So if you got your phone, you got everything you need, and it's all right there. You condense. I've considered doing that because I really don't carry that much stuff anymore.
I had one on my phone. Rocco took it off, but I love that thing. You could put your debit card in it, and then that's it. Boom, just carry your phone.
Okay. Smart stuff. Smart listeners.
I like getting deep like this.
Things looking really positive on the vaccine front. If you are down to get it, got some great news for you, and the numbers continue to increase. They say now roughly 1 in 4 Americans has received at least one dose of the vaccine. In the nation, 46 million people, or 14% of the population. That's the average. Florida's a slight bit behind at 13% with both shots that you've received, but they're going to be catching up, and this news should radically change things for the state of Florida. And I'm hearing that even the lines in getting the vaccine, it's easier and easier as more people are getting it. Governor Ron DeSantis just announced that coming up this Monday, all Floridians age 40 and older will be eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. That's you, Virginia.
That is me, baby.
And anyone 18 and older will be eligible the following Monday, which is April 5th. So anybody coming up here in the next 2 weeks over the age of 18 will be eligible to go get the vaccine.
Oh, my gosh. I'm getting it. I'm having Mags get it, and we can get back to life.
Yeah.
Panda's already got it scheduled for Tuesday the 30th because he had the pre-existing conditions that made him eligible before DeSantis made that announcement today. But yeah, I mean, anybody over 40 can go get it starting Monday the 29th.
Are we doing a vaccine snack scene kind of a party thing? Lunch, vaccines, needles, sandwiches?
I love it.
All right.
I think what's going to be interesting, and I know more of us here in Florida are back to work than in other states, but I saw this. It said 71% of people say their coworkers should only be allowed to go back to the office after they've gotten the vaccine. And I'm wondering if there will be employees in different places that will kind of start that tune saying, I'm not comfortable working around somebody that doesn't have the vaccine. If that's what they're saying, 71%, that's a pretty high number to me, saying that you should only allow other employees back in the office if they can prove they got the vaccine. Are you going to start seeing, this is for the people that are still holding out on the vaccine, saying, I don't know, I don't love it. What is your life going to look like as more and more people start getting this vaccine? Will you be in situations where your work or places you want to go are saying, look, you can get it, it's no charge, you need that vaccine, or you're not going to be part of the crew anymore?
I feel like if you're opting out of the vaccine and then people tell you you can't go places with them, like that's on you. That's your choice. I don't think anybody should be told they have to take the vaccine if they don't want to take it, except for my husband. Everybody else should be forced to not forced to take it.
And the witch just got political. Mm-hmm. I'm just kidding.
It's a choice still, right?
It's a choice. It's a choice.
I think that's where it is right now, and that to me, I think, is my question. Anybody else who's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Is it going to remain a choice, or will it get tougher and tougher to the point where, you know what, it's not so much a choice anymore?
You know what they say in the business? Never be the first, never be the last. That's what they say. Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
Just stay somewhere in the middle. I don't know. I'm just trying to be positive.
Sounds like our ratings.
No,
Kidding.
dog.
Kidding. It's a terrible slogan.
Terrible slogan.
Terrible slogan. You throw things out there, you see what sticks.
Okay, so good news. Again, this Monday, all Floridians age 40 and older eligible for the vaccine. Anyone 18 and older is eligible the following Monday, April 5th. So that means most Floridians, at least adult Floridians, after April 5th will be eligible for that COVID-19 vaccine.
We got to plan that snack vaccine.
Is it 18 and over, or is it 16 and over? I thought it was 16 and over, but yeah, you're reading that thing right. It said 18.
Imagine that. The witch is wrong about Corona facts.
I just want Mags to be able to get it so she can go get a part-time job. She really wants to work, and I told her she can't work till she gets the vaccine.
Oh, okay. Girl needs some money, huh?
Yeah,
Them
she wants that
Audis ain't
cash
cheap.
for that Audi.
Those Audis ain't cheap. I got you, girl. I get it.
She's not getting
KVJ
Audi.
Uncensored? Check out the After the Show podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, and at kvjshow.com.
Guess who's firing up some more crawfish? Oh, man. Wow. Virginia had that crawfish party on Sunday, and she's bringing in the leftovers, and it has to be one of the most pungent smells. Anything that is from the sea or any kind of water is going to be the stinkiest thing you can ever put in a microwave.
I'm sorry. I hate to do it to you, but, if you cook them on Sunday, the last day you can eat them is Thursday. And I love them for breakfast.
Yeah, you're so good with all things ocean except for actually driving a boat.
In one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get to that, Jbird, wrap up today's show with your thoughts.
Growth is
So dramatic.
Oh, yeah, you're crawfish. You can't stand the smell, Virginia.
I can't even breathe, Kevin. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. Like in a studio full of crabfish.
Crabfish.
Whatever
that's called. Crabfish, yeah.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.